Okay, so today we are going to discuss the important case study, big data case study on e-commerce data analytical using Hadoop. Okay, you might be aware what is Hadoop or what is big data all about. I hope that if anybody has any question, first of all, do you understand what is Hadoop or big data? Anybody very new to this field and then you did not aware what is even big data or Hadoop? Okay, let me explain 1 minute of that. Hadoop and big data is a data science field. Okay, it's a purely predictive analytical field where you can able to analyze terabytes, petabytes of data across the global data on the structured, unstructured, semi-structured data you can able to process through this big data. That's why it is very, very popular in this current scenario. Okay, so e-commerce nowadays in India, across the global, e-commerce is one of the platform where it is the upcoming growing is there. So for example, here in India, it was around $38 billion worth of business is operation happening on the e-commerce side. It will estimated to reach $159 billion in 2020. In just 3 years of time, you can see that how much of the worth of $1 billion is going on this particular field of science. Okay, I hope it's now visible. So here, e-commerce is electronic commerce. Okay, they are selling, buying only online products, mobile devices, electronic stuff. You can pay through cards. Okay, so this business in India itself, if we are considered, there are $38 billion by 2016, and it was estimated $159, $159 billion. It's not a million; it is a billion. Okay, by 2020. If you consider across the global, e-commerce platform is one of the most interesting platform for the next 5 to 10 years of time. Okay, so everyone will be majorly play this role on the big data field. Whoever is studying this big data field or data science field, everyone is important to learn this this e-commerce case study, big data case study, and try yourself creating the POC related projects on your Hive or Spark, how you have to do. So this case study will explain you step-by-step guidelines of how to do that. Okay, so this is not my case study. It is taken from the Accolade company, but it was very interesting stuff. That's why I want to share with the other people to enrich the people's knowledge. Okay, let's go by one. So this is the latest case study. Okay, the first thing you have to understand what is a shopping cart. Okay, if you understand how the detail you have to design, what are the tables you have to design, what are the way you have to architect the software, what are the stuff you have to design. First of all, the e-commerce database might have hundreds of database tables. Okay, but for us, we require selected number of databases or tables is required for a POC level of execution. Rather, we are just getting the what are the inheritance, what are the one-to-one relationship on the table, and then one-to-many relationship on the table. That we have to first of all design the table structure for before doing any operation. So here it is coming with the invoice items, order history, invoice history, shipping, order, shopping carts, all related to the your shipping related and then order information and payment related information. The first thing is starting with your user account. The user is joining. Okay, the user account. That user is providing the order and is adding into the shopping cart, and then the cart details. Then it is going for the inventory items. Then the order has been placed. So the order history has been created, and then the invoice history has been created. Once the invoice is generated, the invoice number and date will be there. That has been moved to the shipping and shipping address. So then the payment gateway in between while order is placing is going to the payment gateway and going for the credit card and billing for the address. From the credit card, it will go for the billing for the address stuff, and then it will go for a shipping. So this is how it is going in the one full cycle of the e-commerce ordering process, right? So from there we have to understand two more documents. So two more stuff we have to understand. Okay, we'll go step by step of process. Okay, this is the ER diagram, entity relationship diagram. So where it will be one table has been related with the another table, how it has been the one-to-many relationship. So for example, if you put one over here and if you put star over here, it's one-to-many relationship. If star and star is there, many-to-many relationship is there on the particular tables. Okay. First thing you have to understand, going in a step by step of creating a tables. Okay. So for creating a table, you can use the hive command or hive star. Use the command called, hive is similar to our SQL server. Okay. Use the command called create database ecom. Okay. First line of command you have to create database ecom, and use the ecom. Ecom is database. E-commerce. Create database. Use ecom. So once you have successfully created the databases, okay, it will show look like this. Can you do it in your cloud model also? But you can try yourself by creating the tables and then data. Then you have to start creating the tables. Whatever the ER diagram it was specified, all the tables that we specify on that, and then create the tables over here on your databases. Create table user account, create table user account, the account number, user ID, user password, all the details, transaction amounts, primary key, account number. So once we are done that, you are going to insert some dummy data and some data into the account user account detail. Just 5 to 6 records you are inserting on the different users. For that, you have to use the command called insert into user account values, all the values of account number, user ID, password, just giving all the values. Then you are creating a table called user session. At what session is available, at what IP address is checking, what is the number of click is doing, all the things will be come into a session databases. For that, you have to create table user session details, that you have to create table user session, all the IP address, number of click, primary key, foreign key, those things you have to proceed. Once you've done that, you have to specify create shopping cart details. All the table you have to create table shopping cart details, account number, expiry date, primary key, foreign key, all the things you are creating with the reference numbers of user account key. Then you are inserting the dummy data. If you want to have application, you can directly insert the application, or you can also import the data. Okay. Then you are creating the inventory item. So whatever the data table you are creating, you are just creating the table on inventory items, title, price, date and time. The inventory means product inventory. So in that inventory, you are just specifying what is the order ID, inventory ID, the title. Title here is just 78 means it's not a 78. This title can be referred to the title databases, the price and then the date. So once that is done, so you are inserting the data into the address table. So name, address, people's uh, delivery address is there, right? So that address they are just specifying. Okay. So once you have done that, you are just applying for your credit card information. Some people will store the credit card in the database, but they will not store the CVV number. But because of quick ordering process, they'll create a table called credit card details, all the account number, credit card number, all these things they will specify. Insert data, they'll specify. You just insert the dummy data for some credit card details, success transaction, failure transaction. That will useful for processing data. So once you are done that, you will have the create table, invoice table. So you have to create a invoice for any e-commerce platform if you are processing the data. So that you have to create a create table invoice detail. Okay, that you have to do. So once you are done that, you are just putting all the invoice IDs, invoice values. Then you are these few details. Whatever in the ER diagram is there, that ER diagram you are just creating the details over here. Now you are applying for shipping details. Shipping details, all the shipping ID, shipping method, what mode it is for processing, all those things. So just insert the data along with that. Then order item detail, similar way can insert. You might be aware of all these things, right? So we'll quickly move to the next way. Okay, the invoice history, all the tables you have to create and then insert the dummy. So you can watch this PDF file and try to create all the tables and try to work it out. So once you have done that, here you can just click the show table. In the show table, you will have all the table detail will come in the e-commerce database. Show table in e-com that will provide all the tables in the databases. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 databases. Okay. So these 14 databases which has been created in the HDFS. Okay. So what you have to do, you can do two things for now. You have Hive now. If you are having already some e-commerce in the MySQL or Oracle or SQL Server, you can create the import the data into via Scoop also. Okay. So if you are putting the Scoop and then importing to the Hive, it will be move the data into HDFS, Hadoop distributed file system. Okay. So that's where you have to use this Scoop when you want to import and export the data from the SQL Server to or MySQL or Oracle, any kind of database source to Hadoop. So here they implemented with the incremental import. Incremental import is one of the technique in the Scoop to increment import. Scoop increment import this data into HDFS incrementally from the MySQL. Okay. To do the incremental import, what you have to do first? First thing, they are creating a Scoop import -FN connect JDBC, MySQL, localhost, ecom, the same kind of similar databases, -username root, -username password, and then the password, if you put the -p, it will ask you when you are completed this command, after enter that, it will ask you the password. Okay. So the table user account, -target directory, ecom/user account, incremental appended, check column account number 1. So this is an incremental append. So it will keep increment the rows and then it will import. And driver com equal to MySQL JDBC driver. So default drivers are available in the Scoop import. Once you have done that, it will automatically start importing the tables from the SQL server, MySQL. All the values will be going to, I'm telling two different ways. One is creating the tables and you can insert the data, or else you can have, if you are already having the SQL server or Oracle or a MySQL, you can import the data to the existing databases. So now you can able to transfer the credit card details to certain data. If you want to have different databases, you can just put the database where you have available, that you can do the incremental append to the credit card detail databases. Okay. Once you have done that, you are just importing to the all the values of address detail. You are importing the each table value into your databases, payment details, all those things, shipping details. This is the second method of inserting the data by the way of importing the values. So far clear, right? So any questions so far?
Hi, Mani. There is a question from my side.
Yes.
So regarding the, when we are importing, the column data types will be vary, right? So how this is handled in HDFS?
Column data type, you're talking about the SQL Server or Oracle, and then here.
Yes, the source can be anything. For example, for in MySQL, if I'm having the data type of a table as column of a data table as blob, how it is actually converted when it's getting inserted into HDFS.
Okay. So the SQL Server. So for example, Hive has its own database data types. When you're creating the table, or when you're creating all the columns, you have to define the right columns, right data types. Okay. So based on that only you have to import what kind of the SQL Server type you are going to import. Based on that you have to choose the right data type in the Hive table also. If you are having the right data types, it will automatically import by the way of matching. Okay. For example, if
Oh,
you're having
okay.
the integer over here and then if you have the string over there, it will not import properly. You should have, while you're creating the Hive table, you have to give the proper data type, table type. That means column variable type you have to give.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Thank you.
So these Scoop, JDBC, MySQL, all just a intermediated connector. It will not have any magic, just like a ODBC connectivity. Similar way the Scoop is having the JDBC connectivity and MySQL that it can able to import the data. It will help to connect the database and get the data from the SQL server and put the data into Hive. Okay, similar way we are transforming all the data. So now we have the e-commerce, all the data which is available. So for that you have to put in the Hadoop FS -/com. If you put that under the HDFS, the Hive database, all the tables are there that shows over here. Okay. Now we are going to see the first level of activity, what we are going to perform. We have already successfully created the databases and enter into the databases, all the things we done. Now we are moving to the next level. So these are creating the tables. Okay, so now the problem statement we have to see. So case study means there is one problem they will take and then they will study over there based on the case, how to solve that, what are the methodology they are applying for solving. So that's called case study. It's like before starting a POC project, before starting any project, they'll undergo a user case study. Based on the case study, they will analyze the data, analyze the problem, then they will progress. Okay. So now the problem statement, we need to find out various items for the various customer in each quarter of the year. Here we need to find out item number from inventory and then customer account, which user purchased from which product on what date, what kind of the product they are liking. Those kind of way, based on the historical of data, you have to do the predictive analytical. Okay, so that's kind of the problem statement they are saying. Presently below Hive queries find out the mentioned data. So now they are trying to connect the what are the order items they have purchased for the last 1 quarter, 2 quarter, what are in the whole year, each quarter wise, what are the data items they have purchased. So those things they have, first of all, they are trying to get the data. For that they are creating a map reduce query. That map reduce query is running for all your data and then it is producing the output. Okay, are you getting this? They're connecting multiple database, multiple tables, and then they're like a joins they're using, and then they're getting the output for who are the customer, what are the various products they have purchased in the last each quarter of the year. Okay, so this command is very useful for getting the queries. Okay, so now we have to understand the predictive analytical way of thinking. Why they are getting this kind of query is find out which part of the world get the most number of customer and total purchase as per the compared to the past. So now they have to predictively analytical from which country they have purchased many number of customer products, what kind of product they are doing. Based on that comparison of the past history, they have to predict that what are the futuristical data they have to do. So for that, that's another problem statement. So use cases and all, it will be create so many problem statement and then the problem statement will be dig together into multiple cases. Then they will find a solution for that. This kind of solution will help you for creating the larger project or larger POC project. Okay. So this problem statement, find out which part of the world get the most number of customers and total purchase as compared in the past. For that, they are writing the queries. Okay. So S order number, shipping order, an address. They're checking with the address grouped by the address state. So they're joining with the order number, order items, those things they're validating. Based on that, they're getting the item. So why they are doing in the why they are not doing the same activity query in the SQL server? Why they are doing in Hadoop means Hadoop is much more faster when it is working. Okay, it is performing the HDFS. HDFS is the 64 MBs of data processing. 64 MBs of data processing where it been processing the data. Mute once again. Okay. Okay. So this HDFS is the Hadoop distributed file system where you can able to process your data very fast. Every databases which is having data are processing 64 MBs of file or 128 MBs of file size, block size. It will process your data. Okay. So this is a first level thing you have to understand. For example, if any product if you are putting on the Flipkart or Amazon, if you're watching over there, we have to do the very predictive analytical way of thinking. There are two more documents I need to show you. One second. Okay. So now we'll go through the two scenarios. One is the how e-commerce platforms are working on the big data world. For example, you consider there's a big data world in the e-commerce. So if you check the Flipkart, you have the many categories, many mobiles, all the stuffs will be available, right? If you check one single click of a product, you will get in a lakhs and lakhs of product in the list, right? So if you are going through each and every product, many customers they might be purchasing this any kind of product from anywhere in the global or anywhere in India. So when they are purchasing these kind of products, we have to do the many predictive analytics. Okay, when you want to design such a way of the product, including predictive analytical, you need to understand what kind of the architecture you have to do for such a high level of e-commerce system. So here there is an example they provided on database design for real world e-commerce system, how it need to be created. Okay, so these two diagrams will give you the first level of introductions. For example, what are the things you have to refer? First thing you have to understand what are the order, invoice payment, the diagram oriented of data analytical way you have to do. Vendor specific product, customer feedback, delivery, inventory, price agency. So here the price agent is very important things. Based on the different product, you have to think through that. What are the various price combinations you can able to work? Even if you are checking the Flipkart, one time one price will be there, second time there will be an offer will be there. For example, this product 4-star some trimming 1045, now it's 285. That means so far they have been occupied almost 1,000, around 800 rupees or 700 rupees higher cost on the product, right? So many people, it's like offer can be done for 5% or maybe marginal stuff. This kind of 72%, it's uncomparable, but they are doing the business operation like that. When you putting the price bar, so there is some price diagram will come. What are the price happening for what are the year? For that you can check over here on wikibuy.com. Okay, if you go to the wikibuy.com, so this is one of the big data application. The Wikibuy is one of the big data applications where you can able to get more stuff over here. Let me just show you the how it's working. Okay, for example, if you are going through Amazon.com, okay, you're trying to buy some mobiles or what are the mobile phones, anything if you are trying to purchase. Okay, so that you can able to get it in the different price, right? So any price difference you can able to get. But this Wikibuy, what it is doing, it is going and analyzing the various different site within the various different vendors, who are the same kind of product, how they are operating, who is the highest, lowest price, and then with the same price. If they are shipping from the different country, what is your cost to savings will happening. So those things they can able to do the predictive analytical. Okay, through the Google search, they are doing predictive analytical of uh, Walmart, Target, eBay, many websites they are evaluating the same product. They are getting from the different engines that will provide you the cost saving for each product purchase. Okay, when you're trying to purchase on the same stuff, so far it has been, for example, if you're purchasing this Fitbit product, okay, just scan that and then you automatically show you will about to save for $32. Okay, so no need to compare any website or anything. So automatically it will reduce the cost for you. It will compare the big data analytical for you, and then you provide the from which site it will provide the good price. It will order automatically. So that's where the Wikibuy suggestion engines in the big data. And similar way, there are many other sites also there. I just tell one more site. So it's an interesting site. Just give me a minute. I just switch off once again. Okay. So this is another interesting site. You have to learn this site by Atka. So this is one of the interesting site for the e-commerce related product. Okay, if you're getting any kind of product, this is the one of the comparison engine. It will provide the price negotiator. Okay, it will check the all the historical data. They will maintain a database. They'll maintain the historical databases of what are the products, what are the prices happening. So those things they will put across. I'll show you a demo within a minute once it is installing the plugin. Let it add the plugins for a minute. So this is currently I have to just download and install the plugin over. Try to download this tool so that it will automatically save that many costs for you. So this is one of the big data application. Okay, so once if I show the demo, you'll be able to understand. See how much of money they have saved so far. These many users, 1,93,911 people, they saved much amount, right? So these kind of applications you have to start creating on your own by offering the services, offering the new applications, building those kind of the like healthcare, banking, insurance, electronics, many things you have to try to create a new ways of application thinking which is already existing that you have to do. For example, now that plugin has been installed successfully, automatically it's going to come back. For example, previously we studied about one product in the Flipkart. Now I moved back to the same cart. Now it will the big data analytical engine will check for me what are the product, what are the prices differences showing. I'm just going for mobile. Okay, I'm just going for a washing machine, how it look like. Okay, I'm just trying to watch the price of higher. Okay, I'm trying to find that IIP the same product. Now the product detail has been taken and then the price of the current website has been taken. Now if you come down, it will show you the price difference. So here it will low. So this is one of the interesting website. You have to, when you are working, it will be to show you that. Okay, this is a price graph. Okay, similar way, the price graph, it will suggest its recommendation engine. So the recommendation engine is one of the way of machine learning or Spark related, Hive related, that you can able to do that. Whether I need to go for this particular product right now or maybe when I need to go, all those things will provide us suggestions for me. For example, this product is not giving that much product suggestion. Lowest price till date is 33,000 and the average price is 35,000. Okay, that suggestion only it's giving. Let me go to the other product. So in other product, I'll just go through that so that I'll compare very neatly. For example, I'm just going through some branded product. Frequently buying Samsung. Okay, I'm just taking this 80 centimeter of HP ready. Now we are going to see that what is the price recommendation engine, how it has been working, that we are going to see now. So when you see here, automatically this price recommendation engine will load from the historical data. It will also do in a predictive analytical. Okay. For example, these prices happen on this particular date. If you want to compare 5 years, last 1 year data, 6 month data, those things you can able to do through the big data applications. Okay. So similar way you can able to see that price graph and then also recommendation. So the lowest price till date is 17,000 and average price is 18,000. Okay. The price drop chances, it is saying that in next 2 to 3 days, it will provide the chances. So in next 1 week, if I purchase, there is chances of 46%. Next 1 month later, if I purchase, there is a chances of 49% based on some, because sometimes it will come the offer time or festival time. So based on that, all the data article, it will perform and it will provide the different price recommendation stuff. It will provide for the people. Based on that, they will save a lot of money. So this is one of the interesting e-commerce big data application on the price comparison and recommendation system. You can try this kind of application when you are creating the Spark and then Hive related stuff. Based on that, big data applications will properly can able to learn. So these are some of the real-time learnings or real-time stuff you can able to try. Similar way when you're comparing to the any kind of internet Google site or a Flipkart or maybe Facebook or Twitter, there are hundreds of similar kind of big data applications are still running without you aware. Okay, you may not be aware, is that my big data Hadoop or Spark or Hive or HBase is running. You may not aware, but those are running on all the website. Most of the website is running. In the down the line of 3 to 4 years of time, most of the websites will have the big data analytical stuff. Try to learn these new things on the Spark, Hive, all these things, and then advanced Spark, machine learning. That will be future of this particular data science field. Okay. So far I just discussed about the various e-commerce related case studies, and then how to create an ER diagram, what are things need to be created, and then we discuss about then one single ER diagram on an e-commerce platform. Just go through that. We have just discussed about how to create a tables, what are the ways you have to insert data, how to import a scoop data, all those things we discussed. Then we discussed about how to do the Flipkart related activities, how its recommendation systems are working. Anybody has any questions on recommendation systems or any other doubt on this use case of e-commerce? I have unmuted everyone, you can ask. Anybody has any questions? Anybody has any other question other than the use case? Okay, with that note, we have just discussed about the use case. No questions, we'll wind up for now. And then we'll discuss the next interesting topic next week or in middle of some other day. Okay. Thank you all thank you for joining. We'll wind up now. If anybody has any other questions, I'll take for 5 minutes if we can discuss.